All right, welcome back, everybody. This is GE101, the first week, winter term. So these lectures will come up every Monday and Wednesday. Wednesday is difficult for me this term. Each term is a little different, but I think that I'll be able to produce these on Thursday mornings, probably the easiest, maybe Wednesday nights if the week goes well. So you'll just have to be flexible with that. I want to talk about the notebook a little bit. I did that in class, but I just want to emphasize it. I'm going to make myself a little smaller. I want to divide it up into chronological weeks. So if we do something in week 2, I should be able to just flip to it and see it. And then you should have lecture notes on pretty much everything that you do. You should make a note on. So, you know, watching this video, you should take some notes and write it down. Make sure you date your notes so I know when you took the notes, and get it in the right week and in the right order within the week. And then I'll be able to find things quickly. I don't grade everything in the notebook. I look for specific things. You just don't know what I'm looking for. So I'll check it probably every week. For sure, I'll check it Tuesday. So get it ready. Should look something like this. Okay, 1-inch binder is enough. You got to be able to put things in and out. That's why we need a binder. And then you can have some tabs, some tab pages. So you can just use regular pages and make your own tabs. That's fine. You don't have to have this exact tab. So, all right, let's talk about the engineering education opportunities that you have. This is always covered at the beginning of this class, so students know that there's options. At Mount Hood, there's 2 options. There's engineering technology and engineering transfer. Engineering transfer is going to send you off to a 4-year degree after 2 years. Okay, so the transfer program is going to be very focused on preparation for your 3rd and 4th year. So you're going to take a lot of math, a lot of physics, a lot of chemistry, a few engineering courses, but not many. So the traditional 4-year degree requires a very large mathematical base and physics base. So most students spend 3 years or 4 years here completing that. It all depends on what math level you start at and how much time you have in your life. But 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, that's all fine. You don't have to complete it in any certain amount of time. It will result in a bachelor's of science in some engineering form, mechanical, civil, construction, engineering, architectural engineering, any of those. Okay, so engineering technology is completely focused on students that want to go to work after 2 years in the engineering field. So you're going to go 2 years here at Mount Hood, or 3 years, whatever pace you want. We have 3 flavors of it: architectural, civil, and mechanical. Mostly we're just focused on civil and mechanical now. The architecture has kind of gone away because of CAD, and CAD is in civil and mechanical engineering technology. The degree is mostly hands-on skill building, giving you things that you need to go to work after 2 years. You will work in support of a professional engineer or a mechanical or civil engineer. The program does have possible transfers to OIT, but you're going to have to take all the calculus courses and then all of the physics needed to get over there and get through to your status. You can always go over after 2 years and then take courses there, but it makes more sense to pay a little less and go to Mount Hood and up your math level and then transfer. But engineering technology is really focused on putting to work. I'll go over jobs on a different lecture, but there's lots of great engineering jobs for 4-year degree and 2-year degree people. So kind of a look at the transfer program in the first 2 terms and the technology program in the first 2 terms. So this is transfer, and you'll see that it's starting at Math 251, Calculus 1. Now, if you're not there, that's okay. We just need to get you there. So you're just going to take math until you get to that level. And then that'll open up more classes for you to take in your 2nd year or 3rd year. Okay, you can see that it's mathematics, it's chemistry, and it is more mathematics and more chemistry. So in the beginning, that's it. And then you're going to mix in physics once your calculus gets up there. So there's only one engineering course here, fall term, that transfers were supposed to take this in the fall, GE101. And there, no engineering courses in the second quarter. So that's much different than engineering technology, which focuses on engineering courses. You're going to take math, you're going to go math 95 and 111, and then you're going to be done for the 2-year degree. So much less mathematics, and then just a lot more hands-on stuff. So we have engineering problem solving, that's a bunch of graphics. We have introduction to manual machines. They're going to take a lot of CAD. They're going to take 101, that's this course, actually GE101 in the winter. It's focused on 2-year students, but anyone can take it. So we have a lot of transfer also. All right, so what's it get you? Just in a nutshell, what's the difference? Well, a bachelor's degree is just going to open a lot more doors, right? Once you get to work, you can lead teams with a bachelor's degree. Although engineering technologists, after 5 or 10 years, are definitely leading teams. You're going to get higher pay to start with, for sure, and you'll have the ability to become a licensed professional engineer, where engineering technologists don't have that ability. And you have increased job flexibility with a bachelor's degree. Of course you do. What are the drawbacks? Requires a lot more school, usually 5 years minimum. Very few do it in 4. And then a much higher math requirement and a lot more cost because you're going to go to school so long. So it's more than double the cost of a 2-year degree. Engineering technology, what's it get you? You're work ready in 2 years. So you're going to spend a lot less money to go to work in the engineering field. Ability to contribute to an engineering team, you're going to understand the language and the graphics and how that engineering works. You're going to get a lot of exposure to the engineering field and opportunity for growth. The drawbacks, you're going to have less upward mobility. So at some point, those upper management positions are going to require a bachelor's degree. You're going to have lower pay to start with, and then your pay rates will increase at the same rate as a transfer engineer. So there you go. What happens if I get a 2-year degree and I'm thinking I want a 4-year degree? Well, if I sense that, I'm going to encourage you to be taking math because you're going to have to do the switch over and then head off. Okay. So if you think there's any possibility you want a 4-year degree, you should be taking additional math courses while you take my 2-year program. Yeah, then you can, nothing says you can't just continue on and get that 4-year degree. You'll just have to fill in the holes of chemistry, physics, and calculus. All right. Where do I find out more? Obviously, the webpage is going to give you a lot, but your advisors are going to answer questions. So that's who to reach out to via email, not because we're just less available in person, but just reach out, ask any question you want about anything. If you transfer, you can send it to me. And if I don't know the answer, I'll send it to Joe Dryden, who's the transfer advisor, okay? Who decides which classes I should take each quarter? Your advisor, but you can go by the website also. So the website is there, so there is a template to a program. But, that doesn't fit most students. Most students start at a different math level. Most students have had some courses and don't have others. So really, you should talk to your advisor and set up an academic plan, which is what we do in our first kind of homework assignment here. You're going to create an academic plan. I would suggest in Excel and put each quarter, fall, winter, spring, and include last fall because I'd like to see what you took, and make an academic plan for success at Mount Hood. So if you're doing 2 years and you're going off to university, then just look on the website and make that plan. But yours isn't going to match the website because you're probably in a different math class, or you won't take as many courses, or you're going to take more courses. So make your own academic plan in Excel, and you're going to have that ready to share on Tuesday in lab. So there you go. There's your first little homework piece for GE101. Will my advisor check my schedule every quarter? No, we're not going to do that unless you reach out unless you need it checked, unless you're unsure with what's going on. So, you know, it's up to you really. But if you have questions, reach out to your advisor. All right, there's all kinds of sport on campus. Less of it's open than it used to be, but the main computer lab's open. It does have one station of AutoCAD in there. They're going to add a couple more, working on that now. But there's the Learning Sports Center. That's above the library, and that is open with some tutors up there. Obviously, you have peers. You should use them if you have difficult courses and content that you need to study. You should be working with fellow students. That's why it's called a cohort. And that's why we're more successful if we're in a cohort. But you have family, you have instructors, and you have other agencies if you're needing resources. If you need resources to go to school, computer, even other resources like, you know, maybe you need a bill to get paid or you need some food resources. The college has some services for that. So if you have any of those needs, reach out to me and I will put you in contact with people that possibly could help. All right. This is just a little piece on grit. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. Really covered what I want to cover, but I've studied grit for a while now, and it has to do with long-term goals. And a 2-year program or a 4-year, 5-year program, that is a long-term goal. So grit is for long-term goals. It's a better indicator of success and happiness than IQ or talent. So you can imagine what grit is. But I'll talk about it more. I'll do kind of a near full hour on grit, but you should look it up and just read about it a little bit because it has to do with failure and then how you respond to failure. So I don't expect anyone to have failure in this class, but you could go through a class at Mount Hood that's challenging, and you could fail a quiz or an exam or have a difficult time with an instructor, and how you deal with that, how you manage that problem is important, and it's an indicator of your grit. So some of you are very gritty because you've had lots of opportunities to deal with grit, but others don't really have had, others have not had that opportunity. So it's got to be learned. So I like to try and teach it. All right, I'm going to stop here. You have an assignment. It is to create an academic plan, and I would like you to use Excel. So if you don't have Excel, you can download or use Excel through the college, and I can tell you how to do that. Set it up term by term and make an academic plan for the 2 years that you're going to be here at Mount Hood. If you're only going to be here 1 year, then do the 1 year here and the second year somewhere else. So I want full 2 years of academic plan. All right, good luck and have a great weekend. I will post another video on Monday.